Well, apparently OBS just crashed. That's interesting, of course. Of course, it crashes right as we start everything off. Oh. Sending a message over into the Discord, which, hey, by the way, should join the Discord. Lovely community. It's mostly me and Babs that are chatting in there, but hey, you know, it's definitely something. Just want to check. We should be good now. I think everything is working. I think. That's the question. Truly is the question. I think we're good. I'm not sure. I think we're okay. We seem to still be going. We still seem to be live. Things still seem to be okay. At least that's what I'm hoping. Now, if I switch over to gaming and then re-enable my webcam. Okay. Hello? Oh, there it is. Sweet. Okay. So maybe I just had to restart for some reason, and that's probably part of why OBS crashed on me. But we're here to talk about some important things, which involved me opening up some booster packs that I did on the very first stream of me returning to streaming, and I found some pretty cool cards. They're not really worth a whole lot, but they are pretty. They're shiny. So we got a Tapu Lele, Gilmora, Hollow. Can kind of see it. I have them in some old penny sleeves that I have. Tasser G. I don't even know how you say that, but that's really shiny and that's really pretty. And then I was using this app. I think it's called Colix. I don't know. But when I was getting this, it was saying that it got sold recently for almost $5. So it got me thinking. And at first, when I started getting back into collecting Pokemon cards, because I used to when I was really younger, and I decided that two series that I was going to focus on, which were kind of the ones that are, to my understanding, the most available at the time right now. Surging Spark, well, from the series Scarlet and Violet, but the two different series, I think. So I think it's the set Scarlet and Violet, and then the series Stellar Crown and Surging Sparks, which, I mean, I still have these two empty booster packs here, but needless to say that So that way I can remind myself, because even though I have some like folders and stuff set up and actually have a list currently so far of what I've collected so far of completing the master set for Surging Sparks and Stellar Crown. But that was my original goal, was to start collecting again and to complete those two sets, or the one set in two different series. Why is that now popping up saying that the newest chat? Like, I did change some things, so I'm wondering if it's... Is it still working? Should still be working. It looks to still be working. Yeah. Okay. I mean, hey, if it's working, it's working. I mean yeah, because it did, after a certain amount of time, also, too, in the chat that would pop up saying, hey, join the Dungeon Gaming Discord, which I changed it. I think I changed the message. I should have, and I'm pretty sure I saved it. If it didn't work, we can just blame Fivo, because Fivo kind of helped me in that sense, and to make sure. And we can blame Babs too. Babs was also there, because we got to do a call early one morning. Well, early for Fivo, afternoonish for Babs, because he's across the pond to the rest of you in the States. It wasn't that early for me. It was like 7? Like 7, so it was actually kind of late morning. Well, late morning for me. Anyway, before I get completely off on a tangent, that I kind of shifted my focus on what I want to collect for Pokemon cards. I have a soft spot for Kanto region, for the OG starters, which many can contest to. But for me specifically, Squirtle has always been my go-to guy, my favorite starter. I love Squirtle, I love Wartortle, I love Blastoise. So I thought to myself, is there a way that I could take all of these bulk cards that I get, all of these duplicates, all these extras, and a bunch of old cards that I have just lying around, just completely sitting around for no apparent reason? So I was thinking, what can I do? What are things that I can do? Also, with me being laid up, and again, I have a whole other stack right here of... Actually, I'm pretty sure this is just all... yeah, these are just all energies. That's all that these are. I keep looking over there on my other monitors that way, like, oh, am I actually putting it in the camera, being like, hey, check this out? And it's like, let me actually put it in the camera shot. But I got to thinking, you can go to conventions and stuff, and people have a bunch of these cards, and they even have like dollar bins, and there's even stores, right? Your brick and mortar stores, local game stores and everything, that they have like dollar bins, they have dollar binders, they have deals like, you know, you buy 5, you only spend $4 on them or whatever. So I was thinking, with how busy of a schedule I have of my real life, what are some things that I could do to unload all these bulk cards and all these duplicates that aren't really worth anything to me, and they're sitting around collecting dust? That's something that I really don't want. So, big brain, what if I started selling Pokemon cards of my excess stuff on eBay? Then I got to thinking even further. I have to travel at least 3 hours completely. At least 3 hours. To go to like an actual local, well, it wouldn't be local for me because I have to drive 3+ hours. But what if about a brick and mortar store? Your typical, like what you see in the show Big Bang Theory, freaking Stewart's comic book store. That's technically a brick and mortar store, your local game store. And where I live, especially up on a mountain, away from civilization, nobody else around, there really isn't one nearby. So what if I could start off with one, kind of testing the waters to see how I would feel about online selling and having an online store of Pokemon trading cards and potentially some Magic the Gathering. Because I got a whole box. I'm pretty sure it's all Yeah, it's all Magic the Gathering, all in this box, in this commander box, I think is what it is. I haven't played Magic the Gathering since high school, when I actually had real life friends. So that's kind of sad. And I can't close this box. So it even got me thinking further. If I can unload those, I can unload another commander box. Oh, these have red sleeves. I didn't even realize that. I think this was one of the sets, one of the commander builds that I did, I think. I don't know, it's been forever. Because doing some cleaning, came across them. And then I have a whole other set. Yeah, I have a whole other set of Magic the Gathering cards in this box. So, if I could unload cards to fuel my hobby and to test the waters to see what can I do and how can I do it, maybe learn some things of the online marketing and go through it this way via streaming content creation to post things and get the word out there, that what if it could turn into an actual physical and an online store? Because like about a half hour from my house, there is actually a GameStop store. But we all know GameStop's not really, you know, your local game store. It's another chain store. It's another, you know, big corporation. It's not like an actual experience place, or at least I'm pretty sure that's how my local GameStop store is. That's near me, is that there's like no events to my knowledge. There isn't like any cool giveaways or stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I don't want to completely say that and not be completely right on that. So, also with the start of me streaming again, I had a procedure done for a vasectomy, and so I was laid up, and I just got it scrolling onto YouTube and just like kept going through on my homepage until I saw somebody being like, "Oh, can I start collecting Pokemon for the first time with $100 budget?" And I'm like, all right, cool. Let me click on this video. Seems interesting to me. I'd be interested in it. I'm clicking on it. I'm watching it. I'm considering getting back into it. Can you really start a Pokemon collection of some sort of the trading card game with just $100? Then it flew into further and further and further and more other videos suggesting it towards me of how to sell them on eBay, how to sell them online, how to buy and sell, how to, you know, stock an inventory, how to find supply, how to look out for scammers and scabbers and scalpers scalpers and all of that. And then it was turning more into, I started a store from scratch. I started selling out of a shed. I started an online store, which turned into my real store. How to start a six-figure store overnight. All this and that was popping up. So then I kept clicking because I had nothing better to do. And I kind of regret it. I kind of regret it a little bit, but I don't at the same time, because now I want to do it. So within the next few weeks, I've started, you know, at least this past couple of days, I've been looking how to, one, list Pokemon cards on eBay. Two, how to price them based on their quality in raw card form, not being sent off to be graded. That's the proper term. I was going to say rated, but it's actually graded. And how to check multiple different sites to figure out the price and what actual card that you're looking for, the difference between holo, reverse holo, the rare, ultra rare, double rare, illustration rares, full arts, the actual, like what's actually a legit Pokemon card and what's actually not a legit Pokemon card. Figuring out how to actually, you know, ship things once items are bought from my eBay store. And I've already created a couple of listings, but they're not public just yet because I want to make sure that I have shipping materials ready to go and actually quite know how to ship a card. Because I plan on just shipping one at a time just in an envelope, but making sure that it's still safe and secure all the way around as best as possible in my control. But not having to spend an arm and a leg on shipping or have to charge shipping, because I want to start off completely without charging for any shipping. That I will cover the cost of shipping for the card that you buy from me, and thinking of making like a little token, like a little card or something that says like, thank you for buying from me. Be a little bit more appreciative when you open up the actual package. But yeah, so I figured that if I want to actually do my dream Pokemon card collection of having all the variants of the 3 main starters, so every single card that was ever made for Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur, Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise, collecting all of them cards, having all the variants from all the different sets and series, all that, even the non-real ones, like your weird promo kind of weird things, I guess. I don't really know all the terms of it, but in order for that to start, I either got to work a lot more hours to fund this, which would take me away from this and take me away further from other things, or I can figure out how to unload all of these, figure out the pricing, list them online, ship them, send them to you, so I can buy more cards and fund it, that expensive hobby, and potentially one day open up my very own brick and mortar store. Somehow, some way. It's got to start somewhere. I can't just go out. I mean, yeah, I probably could go out and finance the whole thing and then have it flop in 6 months, because I don't know how to do any of this, where to start, all this and that. So I figured that the easiest way to start it is just by taking all of these cards that are literally like pennies, worth pennies, that eventually over time they're going to be worth something, because they're always, you know, fluctuating in price. They always do, especially the hollows, reverse hollows, the different arts, especially people start, you know, say, you know, in like 2-3 years they want to start actually collecting cards from Stellar Crown and complete that set. Then hey, you know what, I got some, I can sell you some. But let's see. So that's like kind of the big things that I wanted to talk about today. But we're going to hop in here onto Craftiverse and we're going to start getting some things done. And I bet you when I log on, it's nighttime. Or is it daytime? Excuse me. Why can't I move? Options. Controls. Keybinds. WASD. Alright, I guess I was just glitched into a crafting table. That's fine. And like I said, it is nighttime. We also have a... Okay. We have a new armor statue mod on the server. And you can actually just like, you walk up to it. I can't exactly remember what the name of it is, but you just walk up to it and you can change the size and everything just by in this menu. So I've been kind of messing around with it a little bit. There's been quite a few Enderman heads floating around here, so I figured why not throw an Enderman head on an armor statue and just kind of play around with it. So eventually we'll dive into some of those and we'll actually add them into the Enchanted Forest area here. So I've been hard at work. I've been adding in some more terraforming. I've been adding in some more detailing. I've been sloping out some more of it. I even added some stone features over on that side because of the way how the terraforming was working along the edge here of the river that we created in the last episode. that with how the rest of the sloping was going, I was like, you know what? And I did kind of talk about the idea of making it into a harbor. It might work. It just might work. Of building like some like docks and stuff, or maybe even just like a pier kind of a thing, or just leaving it as a cliff. But of course, some bits are still floating. Only a couple spots, just that really came out over into the original river. But it's in all basic stone, smooth stone right now. Not smooth stone, sorry, just stone. I remember when it used to just be called smooth stone, that there was just your cobblestone and smooth stone. It was the only two variants. But eventually there will be some detailing, and this, maybe at some point this could be beautified. I know in season 1 Cheese did a really good job, or she didn't. I can't quite remember if she was actually able to finish in the ocean. I know we helped her finish building her town, but I can't quite remember if we got work done in the ocean. But I got the majority of this all laid out of how I want it to look. Of course, some things can be tweaked. Like I think this side, it might come in just a little bit and kind of round this out and bring it out a little bit more. Because I was thinking that this could be like the living dwelling district of the Enchanted Forest. And in this town center, actually, ironically, where grass is still yet to spread, we could do like a giant mushroom or a giant tree. Quite not as large as that tree, but something in the center. So it's like a town center, like a cul-de-sac almost, that you have a central point, or even like a little market stall or something. Or it's just like a little group area where everybody can gather in. Maybe it would be like a tree or even a statue. We could do a statue. A statue might be nice. But the brown wool indicates where roads are going to go. And builds are going to be in between, in which there's probably going to be like smaller footpaths around and everything. But the brown wool indicates that this pathway, this style of pathway, is what is going to, is where it's going to be placed. Which I did run out of said brown wool because I wanted to make the road kind of come up and come out over this way, because I want to make sure that there's some things over here and have like a long strip of something here. And then eventually everything over here will also be terraformed and roads will continue to go this way. Because if you watched the last episode on the YouTube channel, you saw that I did illustrate up a whole little map thing of where roads are going to go and what the future plan is. But right now, it's time to start laying in these roads. So now I just got to figure out where all of my like road material box went. So we got all of this mud. And we got brown mushroom. We got packed mud. Now, rooted dirt. Do I actually have rooted dirt? No, just regular dirt. Oh, some more packed mud. Which actually I should grab the shulker box out of there, so that way I know it is my road building box. And if I come across more brown mushroom, there we go. That's just regular dirt, mushroom stems. Let's see here. Replace rockets. I won that in one of Babs's lucky boxes. Got more brown mushroom there. Any rooted dirt, packed mud? Nope. But this shulker box is not facing the right way. Oh, that one's empty. So we could actually start throwing in that stuff in there. Cool. Oh, we have 37 rooted dirt. And 23 blocks of raw iron. Have no idea where that came from, but okay. I know that was for completing the bronze course at Fivo's parkour course, but I don't know where all the rest of that stuff came from. I don't even remember where half the stuff comes from, to be completely honest. Do I have more rooted dirt over in any of these chests? Rooted dirt. Rooted dirt. No, just regular I don't need the wall. Ooh, wait, what? Oh, trapdoors. Ooh. We might have to go hunt down some azalea trees in the near future and dig some massive holes. Or figure out a completely different block. It's funny you can put an ender chest inside a shulker box, but you can't shulker box a shulker box. I thought I had more rooted dirt. Maybe I have some rooted dirt over in the Craftyville base. I always wonder if it would be faster to go through the nether or if it would be faster to fly. I think it's like in my head that's like I'm using resources of the rockets to fly over that long journey versus what, 1, 2... I used 2 rockets on the nether roof, but the factor of time and speed, because waiting for the loadings of going through the nether into the overworld. Wow, I don't know why that was difficult for me to say. 1 coarse dirt, regular dirt, regular dirt, regular dirt. And yeah, it's looking like not even over here in our Craftyville base. We don't even have any. Nope. Is everybody giving me mail? No, I don't have any mail. Oh, I'm pretty sure. Didn't we already collect it? Yeah, we did. It's somewhere now. I don't know where exactly it went, but Fivo's payment for doing the frog aquarium. Frog aquarium? Frog aquarium? Frog aquarium? Frog terrarium? Frog aquarium. Oh, okay. Or did I not even use rooted dirt? I haven't even used rooted dirt. The pathway block is what I've used. Huh. Weird. So even though the brown wool is in place for where the roads are supposed to be going, it is always subject to change. However, also, I know one fellow member on the server is going to be happy about this, that with all of this, I know I keep getting way off course, but this is going to make one of the members, not going to name any names, Fivo. But even though I cover this all up with dirt, been spending the time doing it, I've made sure to light it up, because I also do plan on coming back down here to get more dirt. Because I was actually starting to run low on dirt. Which is quite interesting that I was actually running out of dirt when I know I had a lot. But I just kept going through it all. Apparently I missed a couple of spots that are kind of dark, but if it was actually that dark, then something would have spawned in by now, you would think, but I'm pretty sure it's nighttime. Oh, it is getting nighttime. Still can't believe I have all of these happy guests just roaming around the island. I'm not gonna lie, that freaks me out half the time too when I walk in. All right. Enough stolen, enough gib-gabbing, enough jabber-jabbering. Which, I'm kind of wondering, like, maybe I should have this curve more that way. Just because the road is already right here. Or maybe... Maybe... What if instead of actually following that brown wool there... No. I was thinking that if we made the pathway going from here to over there, it would connect and then to there, but I still want to have some sort of connection from here to that way. And there's not really a way to do a path going this way. So at least for the start, we're going to kind of follow suit of this brown wool, which we're going to get to about here. And apparently, I don't know when or how, but my very first Happy Ghast ended up breaking his lead. So I'm not entirely sure how, or unless someone took the lead off my Ghast. But he's just been chilling around here. He hasn't gone anywhere. He's just been floating around right here. Which was kind of worried that if the Ghasts weren't on leads, that they would actually just, you know, up and disappear. But nope. Apparently not. They like to stick around. I'm gonna have to get some more packed mud. I didn't realize just how low on inventory I was of the packed mud. But it'd be easy just to start off with laying out the packed mud and then coming back through to add in the different variants to make sure, one, I like the shape of how the road is going. And two, to see if I want it to be any bigger, maybe add in more curves. Or to not add curves. And plus, I feel like that there are like side roads, the little like beaten paths off the main road. It's going to be a mix of the coarse dirt and podzol with spruce slabs for the different elevation. Because it does still signify that there's a road here. It's just less traveled or more roughly traveled, I guess would be a good way to put it. I think. So now, gotta figure out how this little section's gonna go. I mean, I'd really rather it not be on a perfect diagonal, but maybe that could work in our favor. And what did I do? I did mud brick. I did mud brick slabs to bring us down. What you cooking, Fivo? When'd you show up? Fivo, you'd be very happy to know, my guy, that if you're just popping in now, actually, I finished up most of the terraforming for the top of the island. So that way, now I have the roadways marked out and plan on putting in the roadways today. So that way I can start figuring out where buildings are going to go. But the thing that you're going to be the happiest about is this. It's all covered with dirt, but there's torches down below. So monsters aren't spawning. You should be proud of me. I'm evolving. I'm evolving into a good fellow crafter. What are you up to, Fivo? Doing anything exciting, thrilling? This part of doing roads and stuff, damn, look at those basic skills. So good. With the road being close over there and thinking of doing like a connection from somewhere over here to over here. Ooh, heading home. Did you have a good day at work? Was it a good day? Was it a bad day? But I think if the curve comes out more this way, it'll be a lot better. And especially with connecting up to over here. And then I think all of this here is going to get filled in. Chill day. That's good. I ended up leaving work early because I was still in quite a bit of pain and ended up going to see the doctor again. To check to make sure everything was okay, which it is. It was weird because right after the procedure, he was like, yep, you'll be fine by Sunday afternoon. You should be pain-free. You'll just have mild discomfort. No issues there. I'm like, all right, cool. Today, and I didn't even like exert myself at all. Like I didn't push myself. I didn't do anything out of the whimsical, out of the crazy, just normal. And it was even a Monday, so like easing back into it. Had some free time to work on streaming stuff like new commands and graphics. Ooh, your job must be really laid back in order for you to be able to do stuff like that. Because like I don't have any time to do stuff like that during actual hours. Like during breaks, yeah, I could do that stuff, but like regularly throughout the day, no bueno. All right, so we kind of went against this curve, but that's okay. That is okay. So we kind of come over this way, and now we're heading back this way. So I'm thinking maybe not be that harsh, but we kind of start the outside curve going something like this. I'm glad in some of these areas it's like thicker of the dirt and grass. Other areas, I'm not really happy that it's really thin, because then I got to deal with like, you know, doing this and checking to make sure that like any kind of curvature that I'm doing is looking good. And then also having to replace all of the grass and the dirt with the mud. And of course this kind of lines up to a degree with the sloping that I've chosen to do for the terrain. So this is where it's going to get kinda tricky, but we can figure it out. Shouldn't be too difficult. And then this is going to curve that way. So I'm thinking here this is a good line to stop, and we can get this filled in with packed mud. Which hopefully Babs restocked his shop, or he has a farm that I can pay to use. Sorry, I got disconnected. New phone, internet is whatever. Ooh. New phone who dis, Vivo? New phone who dis? Did you get an iPhone or you have Android? Or Google, because that's an option now, is having a Google phone. Which I would have never... well, I probably shouldn't say that I never thought that there would never be like a Google phone. Like I never imagined it would be a thing. Like it never came across my mind of being like, oh, we have Google computers and Google tablets, but it's like, are we going to have Google phones? Like I never thought... I figured it would just be, you know, basically the two The two competitors, Android and iPhone. I used to have the worst jobs ever, so really enjoying my time here right now. Ooh, well that's good. That is good. I have iPhone, although too lazy to transfer all files, but I would like to check Google One. I don't know how those phones are. I've always been iPhone from day one. Well, I mean, I started with track phones, and pretty sure I had a Nokia at one point. Like, I think my very first phone was some sort of Nokia. Oh my, that's an old phone. So apparently the chat message didn't change for the Discord link. So I gotta look into that and change that again. Because apparently it didn't update. 2001. Yeah, that was a good year. I realized it after I said it. Don't need to hate. Don't need to attack. Wrong choice of words. That's okay. I'm hoping with now that I'm getting the roads put into place that it's going to make my brain be like, ooh, we got to put stuff here. We got to do this. We got to build this. We got to plan this out. We got to sketch this out. We need to do this. We need to do that. Because like before, it was like, oh, I can't really do anything until I get the terraforming done. And now that I got basically the mass majority of the terraforming done in order to get the roads put in, because that was what's been holding me up the longest. And now that I'm getting the roads in, LOL Me Too is just like... It's not cool, Fivo. Not cool. It's too soon, Fivo. Too soon. I do like that Packed Mud is pretty Instamine. At least, or I'm pretty sure it is Instamine, especially with efficiency 5 netherite pickaxe, so. But even still, like on a diamond efficiency 4 and 3, I think there's no complaints. I am not, because this material is expensive. Yeah, I have a whole shulker box full of mud because I spent the time to gather up a bunch of mud for the river project, and I have a bunch left over, but I would like to keep some regular mud and not turn it all or have all of it be, never forget, at least something. Yeah. Am I really already out of packed mud as I'm talking about how I don't want to actually like convert all of the mud that I have on hand into... Okay. Get okay. I know what we're doing, chat. We are finding all of... Take all of this. And then I should have like a bunch of wheat or hay bales somewhere. Ooh, look at that. 3 pieces of wheat. No, that's useful. Vivo, do we know if Babs has... Oh, okay. Oh, more wheat. If Babs has a... Ooh, more wheat. Has like a mud farm or whatever, because he does have the mud shop, but... Where does that stand? Or maybe he did restock. We should probably check that out first before we try to figure out farms and gathering materials. That is not a lot of packed mud. But it'll have to do. We need to find a project for Babs to do. Like, what kind of projects? We need to find a project for Babs to do. Like, what should we have Babs do? What should we have Babs do? That's the question. Like, do we want it to do like a farm, like beautifying something, adding something, building something? Like building as in like decoration or like functionality? I am in a hole that leads to nowhere. Or this was the way. Oh yeah, I dropped down here. So Fivo, I mentioned earlier in the stream that if these things didn't work, that popped up in chat throughout the stream, that it was you and Babs' fault because you guys were there and confirmed that it would work. And nope, has not worked. I don't know why. Cause like updated it. I feel like it's me bringing up. I feel like he has been bringing up ending a season more and more, and I think he just might be a bit bored. Oh. No, I think it's more of like trying to figure out where everybody is to kind of plan things in the sense of like, are there things I could do to like improve on things to make the ending, the future of the ending better, or to like add more basically. I think it's more like just like a preparation kind of a thing, trying to figure out like, okay, if we've been pretty loosey goosey on the whole, you know, the actual like end date time frame. So I think it's more the factor if we start talking about an end goal, then maybe it would incentivize incentivied you're using one of those fancy shimmy streamer websites. Schmancy streamer websites. I do my stuff raw. Can have responsibility for those tips. Oh yeah, me blaming you and Babs for you know, saying that me updating the chat stuff was working, and it's not. Yeah. Am I like really delayed? Like, is my stream really delayed tonight, or has it like always been pretty delayed? Is there a way that we can run a test to see how delayed we are? Babs! What are you doing? It's like, it is 12:30 in the morning. What are you doing awake? Don't you have scoot? Yeah, it's 12:30 in the morning. What are you doing up on a school night? Mister, you're supposed to be in bed. will be a great time tomorrow. Yeah, like, that's crazy. Is there delay, or am I just crazy? Like, I'm sure that there's some delay, but is it, like, really bad delay? Or is it, like, a couple of second thing? Like, it's kind of like, you know, typical. It's natural. Also, I gotta figure out how to do the shadow thing. I think Twitch streams are always have a delay. Yeah. Just like 20 seconds. Like, it's a 20-second delay. Isn't that like really bad? If you have a 20-second delay, it's like really horrible. Now we just need to get a third person in here chatting away. Yeah, see, look, it still says Dungeon Community. It doesn't even say the Potato Army. Yeah. So I guess once again I gotta look into that again. We can do a test where you ask us to type a word or a number. Could be less, but I'm tired. Alright, as of right now, type the word potato. I should probably have like set a timer. Yeah, that's like 6-7 seconds. 6 seconds, somewhere around there. That ain't too bad. Like at most 10, I think. Roughly counting. I should have counted. Or set my timer. And I didn't. So that kind of excuse me, failed the test there. Off the bat. But you guys missed it in the beginning. I had like this really cool thing that I talked about that maybe I'll talk about it now. Or that's if you guys like convince me to talk about it, because it's like this really great idea of what I have to that involves Pokemon cards. You know, I don't know, it's a pretty juicy idea. Fivo is delayed. Or he said he was on his way home from work, so he better not be driving while watching the stream, because that's distracting. Think of, or unless he's using public transportation. Oh, what am I, like 1 to 2 minutes delayed? I think so. No. That was pretty quick response to what's been happening right now, Fivo. All right, so I'm actually going to set my timer this time. And let's see here. Stopwatch. How does that work? Oh, okay. All right, stop. Reset. All right. But also I'm on the audio, but also I'm in New York City driving. Oh yeah, you can't drive in the city. That's crazy. Yeah, you can't even drive on the public streets that pay taxes for the roads to be maintained and repaired, but public transportation. So it kind of evens itself out in the long run. Need to find parking before getting driver license. Yeah, that's probably the fun part too, and like finding a spot for your vehicular to be parked. All right, I want you guys to type out the word Pokemon. Okay, so that was like 8-9 seconds for Babs. And then Fivo either is dead or he is that far behind. Probably because of connection, maybe because of servers. Something fancy technical in that sense. Yeah, that was like 30 seconds. 30-40 seconds. So that's weird. I was writing and saw Babs type and was like, oh no. I was waiting and saw Babs type and was like, oh no. Huh. So maybe there really isn't that bad of a delay. I don't know. We can figure it out on a better day when we're not all half tired, half awake, half. Don't worry for me about now. I'm from Eastern Europe. I'm used to living the past. Funny. Funny. Gotta go to bed, but we'll leave your stream online and we'll fall asleep. Oh, thanks, Bam. Get a good night's worth of sleep. Good luck at Scoot tomorrow. Hope you have a good day. Babs, what a guy. Leaving his stream on for us. Get those numbers up. Have fun. I'm gonna try. Placing in these roads. Oh, when did I pick up brown mud? Oh, I am out of mud again. Oh, I meant to ask you, Bams, but you have already gone to bed. Okay. You know, we got an ender chest. We got sugar boxes. We're just going to fly over to the shopping district. And, still there. Is your mud shop restocked? Or at least a farm? For making mud? Oh, look at Steve-O lurking. Thanks for the lurk. Not really. Oh, get up. You should set up lurk for Twitch, by the way. I gotta set up a bunch of stuff. And I gotta fix a bunch of things. There's still nothing over here. Choo choo, not who. Oh, what is it? 2 diamonds per stack, Babs? Jesus. Do I get a discount for being a buddy? No. I figured. Two diamonds per stack. Alright, so that whole top row is 18. Oh, I was clearing out this whole shulker. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 16 diamonds. Look at that. Just give you 20 in total. It's fine. Oh, all right. There you go. Why, do you feel bad for me, like seeing how poor I am or something? Is that what that's about? The shop would be perfect to also sell concrete. Owner should really look into it. Concrete, you say? Who would do that? Oh, I need that. What about Lucky Boxes? Is Lucky Boxes still have no idea if I will ever do that. No, Lucky Boxes is not stocked. What a pity. Our redstone school. Every time I see that shipwreck, I'm like, ooh, look at that, a shipwreck. We could find something. But then I realized that, you know, we've been on this server for quite a few months. And it's already been looted and look at the roads are already in. And once we get that going, that'll be nice. Once all of this gets connected, it's gonna look so much better, and then actually like get things put into place. It's gonna be very nice. Very nice. Ooh. We got creeper blowing up sticker thing. Which if it didn't update, that means that is incorrect. That link is invalid. But the link to the Discord in the description isn't, so you should click that one instead. Don't click the one in chat. Go into the description about me section part thing. Click on that one. Join the Potato Army. Make it alive again. Talk to me on a daily basis. Hang out, send memes, send pictures of your pets. Get instant live updates on when I go live, and you'll never miss a beat, especially when OBS decides to crash at the start of a stream, so you have to restart your stream and, you know, and then repost things on the other social media platforms of where you promote streams, so that way people be like, oh, I thought you were going live. Yeah, I am. Just OBS decided to be a butt today and be like, nah. Nah, brah. Nah. And we make this section just a little bit more on the thicker side, because it's a thick boy. Thick boy. And then if we come out this way, I think this will do just fine. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work for a good shape, for a good size of the road. This is going to do just fine. I thought that you should find notification with this text and just change it. You should find notification with this text and change it. All right, I know what you're saying. It makes complete sense. However, for those that don't understand, can you talk to me like I'm 5 to make it more clear? Just for those who don't quite understand it, but talk to me like I'm 5. I didn't realize it till now, but this part of the road's getting pretty thick. I'm gonna have to break out a backup shovel. I haven't had to do that in some time. Goes to show you that I've been really working the shovel lately. How is this shape looking? I like this spot, but this side, we can bring it in a little bit. Maybe we can actually like have it brush more up against there. Because it needs to open up to go this way. So it could start to get thicker here. I think this shape will be fine. This will work. But as far as here, I don't really want it to be that flat though. Maybe if I did that, yeah, that might work. Yeah, let's start laying in the mud and see how it looks. It should be fine. We'll make it work. If not, we can always just come back to it and then make it happen. So I currently have all the VODs on, they're saved over on the YouTube channel. They're just not public because I want to try to come up with some cool thumbnails for them. So that way there's going to be like the raw VOD formats, and then maybe either at some point figuring out a way to make smaller clips, like shorts, or even like 5-10 minute segments out of something. Like maybe like, oh, I went on a tangent about something or something in that regard. Then that could be like a whole totally different thing. But if you wanted to experience the whole live stream, but you were unable to make it, then it's going to be dumped there on the old YouTube channel page. And so you could feel like you were there, even though you weren't able to be here, but you were there in spirit. And that's what matters, is being here in spirit, being there in your mind. Nope, I'm not wasting any of this. I just spent a lot of diamonds on mud. You know, even though that I left work early today, I'm feeling really tired. Like I don't know, maybe it's because like I had to go deal with doctors this afternoon, so like I'm exhausted from that factor of having to deal with the doctors that I really didn't want to, but was getting kind of worried, so maybe I should play a scary game to wake me up. I'm sure FIFA would be happy to see something of that effect. However, I don't even think I have a scary game installed. I used to have Phasmophobia installed, but I don't think I have it installed anymore. Plus, me and scary games really don't coincide that well. It gets kind of narrow here, but maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay. Oh man, I was kind of hoping that this part would be more on the double thick. The double thick grass, but it's not. And actually, I kind of want to curve it in. Curve it in just a bit over on this side to kind of give it that like swoopy swoop. So taketh grasseth away, put grasseth back. I mean, this side could be a bit straight as well. I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying that parts of the roads can't be like more on a straighter, you know, on a straighter path. Maybe that's what like adds the character, brings life in it, and also like kind of like dictate what's going to be near said area. Like definitely on the bits that are, you know, curving out. I would definitely like to see some curvature in the road. Just to make it more smooth. Just to bring it in a little bit. Just to bring it in. You know how some people do those, like, those Reddit post reading things? I've thought about trying to figure out a good way to do those. Because sometimes I think, like, I might have the voice for something like that. But I don't know. I also think it would be fun to give it a shot, to try it, to see what would happen. Alright, where is my wool? You know what? Some parts are a little bit thicker than others. That's okay. Because it means that we can make sections, like we can put crossroads there to make sense, to fill it out, so that way it's not just such a thick road. Ooh, my shovel's really getting low on durability. It's making me a little nervous. What are we even at anyway? 81. I was just about to drink that bad Omen bottle. That would have been bad. What are some fun ways that I could do to improve the chat, to make it more enjoyable, to make it more, I don't know, more presentable, more in the favor of the viewer? I know I could look up like tutorials and stuff and just look up videos, but I'd rather have the conversation with someone and learn how to do said things. Alright, before the shovel gets any worse and ends up breaking. Let's see. I don't even have another silk of silk touch efficiency 5 and breaking 3 mending. Oh, that is the one that I was just using. Okay. Looks like we're not doing silk touch for a hot minute. Efficiency 5, efficiency 5, efficiency 4. That's fine. We could use some regular dirt. We don't need grass all the time. Would it be nice to have grass all the time? Yes. Yes, it would. Well, I think we've gotten plenty at this point. You said something about more time. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I've been going for over an hour now? Wow. Doesn't feel like it's been that long. I guess that's a good thing, right? It's a good thing that it hasn't been going on for that long. I'm wondering if we'll even be able to go completely all the way around. I still have to do the texturing to the road too. So like we'll get mud blocks back, packed mud blocks back, but not until we get to that point. Till then, it's just all slowly going away. All slowly going away. Should I stream more? Like, I already have 3 days scheduled. I have 3 days and 4 streams scheduled a week. But should I do more? Because like maybe I could do some like late night ones, which would be like super early morning for others. But I don't know if I'd want to like exhaust myself to that point. Or because like I got stream scheduled for Saturday morning EST, Friday morning EST, Friday night EST, and Monday night EST, which we're on Monday night stream right now. Look at that, week 2 of streaming, and we're still keeping to the schedule. This is going to be a newly found thing, folks. We are going to be keeping to the schedule. Also, I figured that it'd be a cool thing to do at the beginning of each stream is that, well, I was hoping to get my hands more on some more booster packs or even more Pokemon cards just to kind of like have that be like the gimmick, the first thing to start off the stream with. But I have yet to get my hands on more Pokemon cards to do something of that factor. So maybe we can start off each stream with like a discussion point, a talking point, just to warm things up a little bit, get the ball rolling, get people in here. Wait for people to, you know, see the posts and everything else of that sense, and go from there. Because like today, I was talking about the idea of how when I first got back into collecting Pokemon cards, it was because I was, you know, rotting on the couch because I couldn't do anything else after my vasectomy. And I was like, you know what? I was just scrolling through the YouTube homepage and of course came across this one video of a guy being like, can you start a Pokemon collection with just $100? I was like, oh, can you? I don't know, can you? You know, I've seen Pokemon stuff here and there and everything and seen it in the stores and being like, you know, I got some cards, you know, maybe I should actually get serious about collecting them. Maybe actually have like a fun little, well, I'd say fun little, but I mean a fun expensive hobby. What is up with the choices that I did here? Oh, I think potentially for a road or a crossroads or something. I don't know, Future Q will figure it out. And so I was like, you know what? What's on the shelves right now? So like, went into my local GameStop and saw that there was the Surging Sparks and Stellar Crowns series going on out of the Scarlet and Violet set. So I was like, you know what? Let me get a new binder and let me buy that Venusaur. Venusaur? I don't know what it really was, but I can't remember like what it was called exactly, but like the Venusaur like play pack or something. I don't know. So bought that and a new binder, and then was like, ooh. I saw that they had like a note on the door saying that they're having new booster packs being delivered on this day, and they're only getting 20. I knew it. We almost made it. We almost made it. But I think I still have more wheat and more mud that I can convert into packed mud. But then, after starting to actually collect the cards again, and then like scrolling through eBay and seeing like the prices of things, it got me thinking that, you know, I would really like to, or did I use up all of my wheat? I think I used up all of my wheat, didn't I? Oh no. I got a shulker box of bones, don't I? Yeah, this one. And so, like, I actually want to start a serious collection of where I gather. I want to collect all versions of the starter Kanto first gen Pokemon. So like I want to actually have a full set of all the Squirtles ever produced, printed, all the Wartortles ever printed, Blastoise, Venusaur, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. I want to have a complete full set of all the prints of those 9 Pokemon of the 3 OG starters. So then I got to thinking, in order for me to fund all of this, I'm going to buy a lot of boosters to find especially the newer ones, right? And whenever new sets come out and everything, I'm going to have to buy a bunch of Pokemon cards. But in order to buy more Pokemon cards, I either have to work more hours, which I'd really rather not because I'm already working plenty as it is, or the other option is by taking all of my bulk cards that I have. This big stack, which actually this stack here is just all energies. And then I have a thick stack of duplicates, commons, uncommons. And out of everything that I've had, these are the 4 coolest cards that I got. And they're worth a little bit over $1. And I'm looking into selling them online. Because I also got to thinking and looking around of the factor that, oh hey, by the way, Bebs, I'm totally using your bone meal farm because you have it set up and I got my own bones. And so I'm borrowing your bone meal farm. The super fast thing. Or at least I think I am. I don't even know how the hell you do this. Ooh, nope. Oh, just like that. And plus there's not a local game store near me. So it would be cool to have my own and actually bring one to the community of that sense. But in order to start to even get to that, maybe I want to start selling them on eBay first to learn the market, to learn the profits of it and everything and how to put the work into it to get all said funds and how the kind of the backbone of what the store would be about, which would be selling singles, raws, and I need to put some more bone meal in. So yeah, the overall goal is to basically I want to fund my new hobby, and by completing the set of the OG Kanto starters, while getting said funds to continue to buy more cards, to sell more cards, to make more money, and go to conventions, and to... Are we even getting more wheat? Oh yeah, we are. Alright, cool. But yeah, so that's going to be the end goal, the overall goal. Is I'm going to keep buying, and I'm going to start selling online. I'm pretty sure I'm going to start with eBay. Eventually, maybe I'll have my own like Shopify, my own actual online store, and then have a physical store. One day. But gotta start out somewhere. So once I get all the materials that I need, that I know that I'm going to need for shipping, that's when I'm going to actually make the couple of listings that I have be active. You don't have an ender chest in here, Babs? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But it is nighttime, so I am going to sleep, though. Because the best part, too, is that, like, by starting... is that if by starting a brick and mortar store, I could easily just start it where I live. Get, like, a little shed. Oh my god, my toolbox is all the way back over there. Do I have a hoe in one of these chests? I should. Nope. But what we'll do is we'll take one of these mini leads that we have and we'll replace the hoe icon. And then what we can do is take one of these leathers and some sticks. We're going to make an item frame. And, cool. I don't even have any iron over here to actually make an iron hoe. That's fine. But I could get like a little pre-made shed or build a little pre-made shed, and then I can start my store. Like I could start a store, my store there, and do that. Are they all out of bone meal? Oh. I guess we better refill it then. Oh, do we not have? Do we not have that data pack anymore? To right click the crops? Huh. Okay. That's weird. That's fine. How's everyone doing? We alive? Or are we all like falling asleep dying? I wonder how I'm gonna do actually if I do when I do work all day and then do a stream. I wonder if I will be energetic enough to do one. Should be able to. So maybe I could dedicate like Monday night streams to, maybe I could do something different. Maybe either like play a different game or maybe set up like a Pokemon station thing. Oh my god, look at all these bone blocks that Babs has. That's crazy. Here, I'll donate some more seeds to you, bud. Rocket Man. Ooh. Maybe we could do like a Monday night parkour at Vivo's parkour course and actually try to complete it until we complete it. And then we do other things, and then like we can't do anything until we complete all the parkour courses at Vivo's parkour course. How we looking? It's looking good. Just gotta get more of the roads in, and then it'll start coming together even better. This does seem pretty close together, though, with that side. Maybe before really sloping this up and over, maybe we kind of continue this to go out a bit more, and then we can actually move this road over. That might be a better option. I think that'll be a lot better. Where's Echo when you need him? Echo, we miss you. Oh yeah, need to finish this section up. I think this is the first stream that I've done that Echo hasn't been here. Because it's been really quiet. You can really tell. That's okay, because it means that these streams make me need to learn how to actually like present and talk and keep the conversation going. All right, the road curves up this way. So what if we made sure to start dictating the road to do this? I think I got a general consensus of how I want the curves to go. So I think maybe this side would be a lot better. Where are the bricks in? Right here. So if we clear out all of this, this should be a good enough size road. Good enough little section. Should be wide enough. Should be wide enough. Has anyone played Peak with the new drop of the new biome? Of the Mesa? The Mesa? It's pretty freaking scary. There's some scary bits. I actually prefer the Tundra over the Mesa sometimes. A couple times that I did play with the new Mesa update for Peak. I am still streaming, right? Like, we're not dead on air. OBS didn't crash on me again, did it? No? No? Alright, cool. Ooh, you know what would be even like really a cool fun thing to do is that figuring out like some sort of like street lamps to go with the theme. Go with the whole like mushroom themed street lamps. Like, ooh, be interesting to try to figure out those designs. I think it'd be quite fun to try to figure out like the organicness, the good lookingness, the organicness. Ooh, this is a big intersection, so we could do a big boy. So that would mean that like kind of curve in a bit, then we kind of start to curve out. Where are the bricks in? Right here. This should work out good. I think the flow of the road's going to get better once it's all connected, and then going back through and then making sure that all the details are put in to show the like the worn down bits of the road with the smoothness of the mushroom blocks, and then the pathway block. I still remember when pathway blocks used to be like, it was gravel, especially like in the villages and stuff. It was gravel, which I wish when they did update the generation of villages to have the path block over the gravel. I wish that they still kept it for the gravel pathways for the desert villages, because it doesn't make a lick of sense to why it's an actual path block in the desert when it's all sand and sandstone. There's no dirt anywhere. Like, there's not even like coarse dirt or like rooted dirt that like, well, yeah, rooted dirt is off of azalea trees that leads you to the lush caves, but You know what I'm saying, is that there's no other form. Like in the desert, it's only sand and sandstone. There's no other variant. There's no other... nothing. So why, how is there pathway blocks in the desert when there's not even like regular dirt? Make that make sense to me. If they had kept it to the gravel, it'd make a little bit more sense. I know it's a video game. I know it's a sandbox video game. But I mean, like, there's not like beaten down footpaths on... Ooh, that's pretty... And then we'll kind of curve out this way. And that'll start that. There's no regular dirt to justify that those blocks, that type of material is actually existent. We could do something like that. And this was where we're going to stop. At least for this section. But yeah, I don't know. That's one of my tangents for the day. And I'm out of packed mud again. I just want to like get some good sections done without having to... I guess I underestimated just how much of this packed mud I was going to need. I thought I would have had enough for, you know, more than this. Like, I thought I would have gotten to at least here before needing to restock on this packed mud. Which this whole section needs to get opened up. All right, I just wanted to double check to make sure that I wasn't going to open up a section that didn't need to be carved out. Because that could have been bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. I don't know, are there some like other games that would be interesting? Or you would think that I might do poorly at that would be in your benefit of quality content to be viewed? They would recommend the old Q-ster to play and fall flat on his face miserably? Because I mean, I'm open to try things. I'm open to be there. Well, I'm getting tired. Alright, all of you can go into here. Not you. All of you. I still have more wheat. Yeah, but that's only a little bit. You know what? We'll go pull more from the mud bank, from the mud storage. And 2 stacks. Because it's only going to make me almost 2 stacks. Almost 2 stacks of packed mud. Let's see here. Am I able to finish up at least this section? Is it just me, or like finding trading card games, like collecting them and stuff? Does it seem like it was easier as a kid, like you saw them more often than today? Or is it just me? Like, it seems like it's hard, like, for stores to keep them stocked. Because like at my local GameStop, you can only buy like one Pokemon thing at a time, one like package of cards. Like you can't buy like even like you can't, like it's not like a 2 limit, it's like 1 per person per transaction. So it's like if I went in there and then I had my fiance do it, she would have to do it on a whole different payment method. Like it couldn't be my card. I couldn't be like, okay, I want this one, I'm paying with this card. She wants that one, I'm gonna put it on this card as well. Like, no, can't do that. It's gotta be 2 separate cards, 2 separate people, 2 separate transactions. Yeah, I gotta open up a lot of credit cards then and get a bunch of friends that I don't have. All right, I thought I'd be able to close up more than what I did, but apparently not. So that means we're going to grab some of the other blocks. I'm going to start adding in the details. The details. What did I do with the shulker bar? Is it all the way back here? Oh yeah. Do I have more mud over here that I don't realize? Oh, just the packed mud. So gonna need all of these and all of those. Which that works out fine. I feel like I have shears hiding somewhere over here. Or do I have... Oh, I got iron in this. Do I have 1 ingot in there. It's gonna be easier to get the wool with this set of shears. So once we start adding in the details and everything, I want to remove the wool as we go, so that way it doesn't look so weird on the map. I think it also looks weird on blue map currently too. If I pop up on the blue map that we use for the server. Yeah, it looks weird just having the wool. Having the wool there. Someone messaged me back about Pokemon cards. Sorry about that. Looking on the old Facebook Marketplace for Pokemon cards. All right, so now we're gonna go. Now Now we got to start back over here. Actually, that piece of wool needs to stick. So that way I kind of know. Well, I already know by looking at it. It's fine. It's fine. That one can go. That one can go. Alright, so how was I doing these blocks? It was along the outside. And since we're going to be bridging up that way, I got to be cautious of that. Hello! Don't worry, when I actually get spot in my inventory to start picking the mud bricks, the packed mud back up, and I'll start going back and grabbing that packed mud. But until then, it's just not feasible. Alright, before all this stuff starts to despawn. Because now we're getting our packed mud back. And that makes me happy. Because this stuff's expensive. And it's a pain to make yourself. It's like you need a full-fledged like villager farm. Just for harvesting the wheat. And then... Because like there's no way to automate getting mud. I mean, there's a data pack for it that you throw mud into a cauldron, which something of that feature should be in vanilla already, in my opinion. Like, I know that we do the water bottle thing, but like 9 times out of 10, there's something that someone figures out a way, or that there is a way to automate something. Woo, let's go. How are you today? Currently building up some roads here on the Craftiverse server. Finally got a bunch of terraforming done so that way I could place in said roads, because for the longest time I was like, well, I can't do any of the road work if I don't have any of the terraforming done. Sending W vibes your way. Why, thank you. Thanks, Paint. Appreciates it. But yeah, I got a bunch of terraforming done so that way I could actually start putting in said roads. And now that I have said roads in, now I'm going to be motivated to actually put in some more builds and more buildings and actually get some more things done and get the Enchanted Forest actually up and going and more builds. What you mean by terraforming? That this whole island was shaped differently, like from this side over. I've been doing all custom sloping and shaping so I could put the roads in, because like it all used to look like this garbage. And also I added in, I made my own little river to actually separate it to make it into an island, so that's pretty cool. And then I built up this custom cliff face here as well, just to signify more of a harbor, like to make it look more like a harbor-y area, just a cliff face. Some bits are still a little bit floaty. I still got to connect it down, and I still got to add like details and textures into it so it looks kind of like more like these boulders that I have along this riverhead. Nope, this is survival. I'm just using a mod called FreeCam that I can float out and take a look at things, and I can even control myself from the free cam mode, so I can like set myself somewhere and be like, ooh, look at this over here, over there, over there, over there. Yeah, this is some crazy work, but like this is my favorite thing to do in Minecraft, is doing these terraforming. Yeah, the body stays. It's just that basically it's like essentially just like releasing your own drone in that sense. Like you have your own little camera drone. But yeah, crazy work, but I love this. Like this is like one of my favorite things to do in Minecraft, is just like like I would rather terraform and build up cool landscapes and custom terrains than actually build stuff like that. Like organic stuff, like I would rather do that, like at some point finishing the big tree and having that fallen hollowed out tree to cover up the super smelter. Like I enjoyed creating that, designing that, and having a purpose for a super smelter, so I can just like throw stacks of items in there and just let it cook. Walk away, say like throw in like a whole chest full of stacks to be smelted down of whatever, and then come back like 10 minutes later and then they're all done. And it's not even like redstone heavy, it's just basically minecarts is all that it is in a nutshell. How long are my resource runs? It varies. So like there was one day that I spent like 2 to 3 hours just gathering mud to have a stockpile of mud to do the whole river over there, which I didn't even use like a good portion of what I ended up gathering. But I'm kind of glad, because then I could turn that extra mud into the packed mud that we're using here for the pathways. I did run out quite a bit earlier and then had to run over to the shopping district and buy some more, but of course I bought out the shop of what they had, so then I had to make my own again and had to like farm up the wheat and all. It's been fun. I wish it was like a more automated way for like certain things, because like a lot of things is already automatable, but others it doesn't make sense to why we can't. Oh, the multi-block pickaxe is a great mod, and the axe to chop down entire trees if you crouch and break the bottom block. Yeah, there are like, because yeah, this is Java, not Bedrock, and there are like data packs and mods that can use to like enable a bunch of that stuff on the Java version. However, on this server, we only have like quality of life stuff, quality of life things. Basically just nothing game breaking or game changing away from the original form and thought of the game. But yeah, like some major mod packs that I've played before, those are really nice. Those are really nice. I like the tree felling stuff and like the Paxels where you combine your pickaxe, axe, and shovel, so you have technically one tool to do everything, and it doesn't change like, oh, this takes forever with a pickaxe and an axe, and then a shovel is, you know, insta-mine, depending on enchants and if you have beacon effects or not. Yeah, there's some things that I miss about mod packs and other things that like I truly glad about the true vanilla experience. I'm glad that there are these options out there though, so like that way if you're getting kind of bored and sick of vanilla, you could be like, oh, you know what, I kind of want to do some more modded things. Yeah, I worked the other day on trying to fix the alerts in chat and stuff like that, and I thought that I fixed it, but apparently I didn't. I thought I did, but it didn't get fixed, so it's still old messages. Is that okay for chat? I think so. I don't think I have filters for that stuff. Like, you're not going to get like banned or timed out. Like, I don't have like a lot of those permissions and stuff like set up to begin with anyway, because like I gotta like take the time to do those things. I think right now the only like filters that I have and like restrictions in chat is that before you go to start chatting is that though the rules pop up, so that way they're there. That way if anybody does actually break the rules, then it's like, well, you know, before you started chatting, the rules popped up. And I think the only like moderation thing that I actually have enabled is links. That you can't drop links in the chat, which makes sense because the only links that should be going into chat are links to my things. Because I wouldn't want people to be, you know, polling people for my streams. That'd be kind of rude. On these straighter parts, it's a little bit more difficult to kind of add in this mud brick variant than I've been doing just along the edges without it kind of like looking like a weird pattern in the sense. It's almost like it needs to come in every so often. Did we get all the way around already? Ooh. We got there to there. Now we gotta do this side. Now we just gotta get over here. And then we can go back through with the mushroom blocks. Looks really good. I think a slightly different color, maybe red, would look good too. Yeah. Because essentially what's being built, like what I'm carrying over, well, that didn't work out, is this pattern here. It's a mixture of this brown, and this like goldeny brown. Ooh, some red rocks like down south. Elytra? Me flying around? Yeah. But yeah, and then having like these little leaf litter clumps kind of scattered out about, which I need to burn some leaves and get more of them to scatter them more out, and then putting in that goldeny brown pathway block helps break it up even more. That's a gangster move right there. It's gotta be. It has to be. All right, where did I leave off? Right here. See, like that message is also supposed to be slightly different, but that didn't get updated as well. It was supposed to, but it didn't. So I gotta double check things. Maybe I need to like, I might have to like reset my stream elements altogether, because I don't think any of that stuff's been working lately. Like even any of the alerts. I don't recall from past streams of like getting new followers. What's up, Walt? Building some pathways on the Craftiverse server. How was your day? Oh, maybe now that I have more of the packed mud, I can fill in the rest of the spot. That'd be nice to get done. That would be nice to get done. It's a mod to Double Fist 2. Nope, it's just normal. It's normally in your offhand because like they implemented it for holding the shields. That's in base game. Blocks and axe? Nope, yeah, because you can even have fish, rockets, tools. You can have items. I can even put my wings in there. My pants. I just like to have a block in there that like I'm using, like especially if I'm like adding detailing into like texturing for the different, using the different variants, like what I've been doing lately. It just makes it easier so that way I can just like boom, 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 left click, right click, left click, right click. Don't have to like scroll back and forth or have to press the middle mouse button 5,000 times and completely wear that out, because that would, mouses are expensive as it is. Don't need to add more to that. Don't need to add more to that expense than I already do. Must be in Java, maybe. Oh, I see how it's done. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Bedrock too. I mean, if you're... Can you hold a shield and have a shield and sword equipped at the same time on Bedrock? I don't know, I'm not very updated on Bedrock because I only play Java. Although I do like some of the features on Bedrock of like the like outfits and stuff like that. Like I wish that some of those implements could be over in Java. But it makes sense for it to be on Bedrock because Bedrock is more like the mobile version, which even though there is a Java mobile version, I think no, there's not. Nope, don't even finish that sentence, Q. I only use it because my wife plays on console. Oh, yep. Yeah, that's the other good thing too about Bedrock is that it's easily playable across the board. You don't have to like jump through hoops that you have to on Java. It's like with Java, you either have to have a realm, you have to pay for said realm. I don't think on Bedrock you have to. I think you can just, as long as like you had an Xbox Live or PlayStation Live, however it works on PlayStation. I think you can like just join that way, like invite them to the game. I think Bedrock is very multiplayer friendly, and only one person needs to pay for the realm on Bedrock. Yeah. Well, like this server cost us quite a few bucks a month to run, and we have to manage it and have to implement. But you need someone to have the subscription. Yeah, okay. But yeah, no, it's just crazy how like things used to be more simplified to be able to play games with your friends, and now it's more, it's like you have to have a subscription to this game, or you have to have some sort of subscription to something in order to play with your friends. You can't just be like, hey, join up. I don't know. Seems like the video game worlds were simpler back then. especially like, you know, back in like on handhelds that you could just connect a cable. Like way back when, like on the Game Boys. That you'd have a cable connected so that way you could battle your friends. Then it turns into just having internet connection. Did I go that way? I did go this way. All right, cool. I did the loop. Now I gotta clear out this wall. And then get the brown mushrooms in and get the pathway blocks in. Well, I thank you, Paint. Good chatting with you. And I will see you tomorrow. I'd say this is the most daunting part about it, is like trying to not so much strategically place this stuff, but also make it not a pattern or too overdone, I guess would be the best way to put it. It's like you want to make it look natural of the beaten footpath, but not to the point of it looking too placed, basically. You know what I mean? Like, it can't be too placed, but it can be placed. think now's a good time to try to like put in some of the path blocks. So I put in them a lot more often than that. Yeah, we'll run through this little bit that we've been putting in, and then just double check to see where we're at. Oh yeah, this one could be definitely a bit more. I'll make sure to hit that one so that way I know that one's supposed to be a path block. Oh. Yeah, I like that. That's a lot better. Do I not have any more dirt? Oh, I do. Okay. All right, we'll do one more stack of grass. We'll do that. Trying not to really think about this, but you kind of got to at the same time. I think this side's fine. Over here, we could do a little bit more. Yeah, that's getting better. Oh, we got eight more that we can place down. We'll do that one there. And then the last one there. Oh, that perfectly ended at the bed. I'm so glad that I can't like accidentally like strip down these mushroom blocks with my shovel. Because that would be horrible. 6. Alright, we can sprinkle in a couple more. I kind of want to leave on full stacks and finish this up. Ready for the dirt? Yeah, I'm going to just finish up this little section. That one needs to be a pathway. That way I don't forget. Well, I think that's a good place to leave off. We got quite a bit of the pathway done. We have most of it laid out, and we have the texturing and detailing somewhat pretty much close to almost completely done. I'd say about maybe a good 65% done of the texturing. But the next stream will be Friday. Unless I can do a surprise stream later on this week. Maybe, I don't know. Might be maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, maybe, I don't know. But definitely Friday morning and Friday night, and then Saturday morning. That's a definite in the books. Those 3. Unless something pops up. Which is the only way for you to know if this stream was canceled or not, or postponed, or postponed or shoved to a later date. Join the Discord down in the About section. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, it's in the description down below. So make sure to follow all the other socials too. The Twitter, the Instagram. I gotta start making some more things and posting on Instagram. Maybe making some reels to post there. The Twitter, I post there every time that I go live. Also the Discord, automatic updates. If you do join up, automatically posts in there as soon as I start to go live. Twitter. Oh yeah, that's right. It's not Twitter anymore. It's X. It's not even Twitter. Whatever you want to call it. I still call it Twitter on occasion. Obviously, as we can see, I still say it. But hey, you know what? Thank you to everybody who was able to come and join, and thank you for the chats. It was much appreciated. Hope you all have yourselves a good day.